I still have the same that I had when I sat in the courtroom. And I saw the jury come in and he said, "I'm dismissing you, Judge Maher." He didn't say why, he just said, "I'm dismissing you." And the next week, he was back in trial for a second trial. And I don't know what would possess him to dismiss a jury. And I'm sitting there, I'm the mother of this young man, and I know they haven't presented any evidence that he was there. There was so many witnesses that said they saw someone else do the shooting. It was a white Mark IV, and they identified who it was. He was brought in, but they didn't ask him questions that should have been put to him. I'm still the woman that is looking for justice for my son. Those things have to be answered. If you keep records for a prisoner in this jail 42 years and you don't have any of the records now, that's a crime right there. And nobody looks at that as a crime, but he should not be sitting there and you can't go and find that his record is there. He's been here since 1976. You don't get rid of papers like that, but there are many things that haven't come out.
Ms. Lewis, the prosecutor referred to Judge Deborah Thomas. In an opinion in 2006, did Judge Deborah Thomas say that Charles should have been acquitted after that first trial?
I can't bring that to mind now, what was said in a writing. I know what I'm living through. I'm living through hearing those kind of things said. Put something there to prove it.
How do you feel about the fact that the judge wouldn't grant him bond to come home to you? Do you feel he's a danger to society?
The danger has been done to him. 42 years and you don't have a record. Do we have this kind of recorder's court and we can't record it or can't go to the recordings? That's a violation on him. And me also. I'd like to be able to look at that and see it. And you tell me the whole file is lost. I know none of you all would accept this for yourselves, would you? And I can't accept it.
What do you feel should happen because the file is lost?
What can you prove without the file? So what do? You can't prove it. You lost this. You don't have that. Even the fact that the judge dismissed the jury and didn't poll them. And I'm sitting in the courtroom.
Were you prepared for your son to get out today, Ms. Lewis?
I just know what is in my heart, what I have, and what I've struggled for, and I prayed that I would live to see the day. And I still do.
We need more people involved in justice for Charles Lewis. We need more people involved in all our juveniles that was incarcerated at young ages. And until then, if we'd had Kid Rock or some top officials or executives in Detroit that's familiar with the case, bagging him up, supporting him, we believe he would have got free today.
Like White Boy Rick.
Like White Boy Rick.
Good example.
What can we do now? What recourse do you have?
We still fighting. We still fighting. We have new resources. We're dealing with a new key witness, dealing with the case that's willing to come and help us out. So it's sad, but this is what you have to go through sometimes when you're dealing with your loved ones and dealing with the crooked injustice that we deal with in Detroit every day.
Can you tell us how you know Mr. Lewis and
I know Mr. Lewis because I've been
about
through the
his
same
character?
thing. We've been through his character. The brother I know of, he stay in all kind of programs. They mentioned none of the programs he initiated in incarceration. They ain't speak on none of the young brothers he sent out here and kept from catching cases and getting involved in criminal activity. He mentored a lot of the young brothers. They never spoke about none of the good things he's done, and they have records of that.
The new witness that you is a new witness that you have?
Well, actually, not a new witness. One of his guys of the band is willing to come forward. You know, back then you had prosecutors and judges. You know, at the age 17, 16 and a half, they were scaring the young brothers, telling you better not come to court. You can testify, you can be getting sentenced too. And back then, you know, that was real scareful for a young brother coming up when we came up. Just like Starsky and Hutch, all the damage they did in our community. So you have to look at all that.
So, but that was
Excuse me?
would he stay silent for 42 years? Though?
No, he came forward. Doing when it first started, he came forward, but was scared off, and but you know they do it all the time. They do it all the time, scare off witnesses and threaten them, and say you might be wanted for a warrant or a child support. They dig up all the dirt on you, and then scare you off. My name is Deleco Whitaker.
And
JELEKECO Whitaker.
and are you aware of? I'm sorry.
WHITAKER. Excuse me.
Are you aware of Mr. Lewis's the reason he was in the law library and his experience as a
Reason why he was
jailhouse
in the law
lawyer?
library because he's not guilty of it. He haven't done nothing. And a lot of brothers and sisters, when they get incarcerated, they have other things to keep you occupied than your freedom, especially when you've been wrongfully incarcerated, like basketball, all kind of games, all kind of programs that they had you design on the yard, doing all kind of pretty much the same criminal activities you was doing out here. But Brother Charles Lewis stayed in the law library, and to stay in the law library for 40-some plus years, that's let you know he was serious. Because there's so many things you can do to keep you occupied away from that law library, and that's what they try to do in the system.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You get your name, please.
Rosie Lewis.